Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to be doing a different kind of video today. It's not your average, just a video. This is going to be a how-to tutorial. I had a company reach out to me, and I'm kind of late to this party because everybody, I know you guys have all seen this because majority of most YouTubers out there have one of these, and so I'm kind of late to this party, and sorry guys, I really need to change my mat really bad. And anyway, I've got a new one, I just need to do it. Anyway, this company reached out to me, asked me if I would review a couple of their products. At first I was hesitant because the first one they asked me to review, I thought everybody has one of these already. So then they said, but we have another product we want you to review, and I'm like, okay. And so the product arrived. I didn't know what it was because it didn't really have a name on it, so I opened the boxes, and what it was, or what it is the Resiners bubble removal machine, the Resiners airless bubble removal machine. And so to save some time, I've already taken it out of the box, I've already put it together, and it's right here. You guys know what it looks like because you've seen other channels use it, but I'm just going to go over the basics. It has an AI mode, an on-off button, and a start and a pause. It plugs in right there. This is where the air release is, so you need to make sure you have that closed. This comes off. I was going to measure this tub here to tell you about how tall it is. The tub sits 7 inches tall, and the inside is about 6 3/4 inch, not 3/4, quarter, 6 1/4 inches wide, but it's wider at the top than it is at the bottom. So, and it's kind of like a minty green color. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. I have a plug-in station right here on my thing. So the other product they sent me is resin. And when she contacted me, I didn't know that Resiners actually had resin. I knew that they had like some mica powders and stuff like that, but I didn't know that they actually had resin. So they sent me and one of the boxes was extremely heavy. So when I opened it, it's 2 1-gallon jugs, part A, part B. And so they're huge, they're gigantic. And so that's what these are. And the gist of this is it's a ratio 1-to-1 by volume, bubble free, crystal clear, low odor, self-leveling formula. It says it's BPA and VOC free, which is good. And then it comes with these tops. So when you, special tops for pouring. See if I can show you these. So it has these special tops. You have to put them in, which will make it easier for pouring. So I went ahead and did that, so you don't have to wait on me for that. Now, here's what I thought we would do. I don't think it would be a fair review if I just did their resin. So, I also got sent some of T-Expert's resin. So I thought it would be kind of cool to do a couple resins. I know how Let's Resins works because I've seen other people use Let's Resin. I do have some Estoyo, but I think I'm just going to stick with the two resins to review. So at least we have a comparison between their resin and another brand. So that way we can at least have something going against their resin, and we can actually have a fair review. So what I need to do is figure out what we're going to put this resin into. So I don't want to do anything too gigantic, too huge. They did, in the box came cups, and then the machine. That was it. And then in the box of the resin, all that came in it was just the resin. Nothing else. So let me put you on pause. Let me figure out what we're going to pour the resin into after we send it through the bubble machine. And then we'll get this review started. So I'll be right back. Okay. I got out my 6 Puffy Heart mold, and then I got a butterfly mold in case we have any extra. So sorry guys, I got a frog in my throat. Okay, so before we do this, I wanted to compare these two resins. So the T-Expert is 12 to 24 hour curing time. The Resiners is 24 hours, close enough. The mixing ratio, 1-to-1 ratio by volume, ratio 1-to-1 by volume. Work time, 30 to 45 minutes. Working time, 40 minutes. Curing time, 12 to 24 hours, 24 hours. The T-Expert next layer of coverage after curing for 4 to 6 hours at room temperature after 1 hour out of a fast curing machine. They don't really give you that. Fully cured 12 to 24 hours, cured time 24 hours. Operating temperature 70 to 80 degrees. This one doesn't really say. Doesn't really say. But basically they're on the same level of each other. So it's going to be a 1-to-1 comparison. So I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same ball field. All right. Resiners. T-Expert. Okay, so we're just going to mix one of them up at a time. Not gonna, well, I don't think both of them will fit. Oh, I guess they do both fit. Cool. So we're not going to mix up very much of either one. I would say maybe we need to get the full effect. And I have other molds I can pour into, so that's not a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up 2 ounces. I better mix up more than that, because I think these hearts take about a ½ ounce each. So this doesn't have halves on it, they just mix it in full ounces. So I'm going to grab another one of these cups, and I'm going to get a pin. Oops. And we're going to put R, Resiners, T for Tea Expert, so I don't get them mixed up. All right, so I'm going to mix. This is A and this is B. I always put my part B in first. And the reason for that is because part B is less viscous than part A. And so part A, when you put it in to the part B, it drops down into the part B and it mixes better. All right. So we've got both mixers going. This one over here should be about done. And when I run this, I'm going to take you down off of the tripod so that you can watch this process. So I'm going to put you on hold, and when these get done, I'm going to put them both in there, and then I'm going to bring you down so you can watch. So I'll be right back. Okay, take this off, or not off, but turn it around, and we're going to let the air out. And that's all you have to do. And then take the top off. And then I'm going to unplug this and move it so that it's not on our workstation. Okay, so all the bubbles that are left are on the top, and we can just spritz that with alcohol, and they're done. Although I see a hair. Thanks, Sylvia. Right there. Move you guys back. So there's our resin. It's pretty clear. Resiners still seems pretty thin. T-Expert seems like it's a little thicker. Where's my, after that whole process, 4 minutes of mixing, 5 minutes under the machine. Resiners is 35 degrees Celsius, and T-Expert is 36 degrees. So both of these would be perfect temperatures for blooms, which I think we're going to do that. Little tiny blooms inside these little puffy hearts. All right, so we've got 6. So we're going to do one side T-Expert, one side Resiners. I'm just going to mark on my, it'll wipe off. Okay, so I've picked out 3 color combinations. And we're going to do one in each color. So, we've got blue, green, apricot and lemon, and rosewood and latte. Guess who come to visit? Yes, Sylvia, I am aware what time it is. But you're going to have to give me a minute. See how persistent she is, you guys? And it's not even 7 o'clock. Hi everyone, welcome back. I went ahead and demolded these, so I'll let you take a quick gander at them. Let me pull you down here. So I've never done anything like that in these before, and it's obvious that they were too deep, but here's a couple of them. These ones turned out pretty good, but these ones here, they dropped considerably, which, you know, you don't usually do blooms in something this deep, but they turned out okay. Just goes to show you that, you know, because this is pretty deep right here. And then, hold on a second. I got two more over there. And then I had lots of extra resin, so I poured it in this, and we'll see. I'm not going to back it. I just poured it in here and threw some color on it. So we'll see what it looks like. I don't even know if it's even... Yeah. So that's what... And this one is the rosewood, in the latte. It's actually kind of pretty. Let me put a background on it. Let's see what a white background looks like. So that's a white background. Can't really see the white. Let me get a darker background. Don't really know what color would look good. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Had a couple blobbies, but it's because I was using a pipette and my my white was really thick. So, but I mean, most of it came out pretty good. But this video isn't about the blooms. It's about the bubble remover. But it is pretty. I like those two colors together, that rosewood and that latte. So, but as far as the resin, this is the Resiners resin. This here is. So it does pretty well in those are the other two. It does pretty well as far as cure time. I mean, it's still a little bendy. Does pretty good with blooms. And I think this is the Tea Expert. These are the Tea Expert, and these are the Resiners. And then this is Resiners. So, as far as the Resiners resin, like I said, this is still a little bendy because it did say 8 hours, and the Tea Expert said 4 hours if you used a curing machine. And so I did put all of this under a curing machine, and the Resiners is still bendy after all this time. So that tells you anything. But it isn't sticky or anything, it's just bendy. So it looks like the Resiners does take a little bit longer to cure. Now, as far as the machine goes, side-by-side comparison with another resin, we mixed up 3 ounces, both same viscosity, both same everything, and side-by-side comparison, it took the bubbles out very well. I don't have any high viscosity resin, so I can't compare it to that. But as far as the bubble machine, it seemed to work really well. On that, I can't give a comparison on a high viscosity, so, but from what I understand, you are not supposed to use high viscosity resin in those bubble machines anyway, so I wouldn't recommend trying it. If they say don't use it, then you shouldn't use a high viscosity resin in those, because it's really meant to be used for lower viscosity, medium viscosity resin. So all in all, I do like their resin. It does take a little longer to cure, which, I mean, if you're doing a deep pour, maybe that's a good thing, because you can use it to, you know, it is a 1-to-1, but it takes a little bit longer to cure. And you can see there are no bubbles in that mix at all. So, and it is a lower viscosity. So if that tells you anything, maybe you can use it as on a deeper pour versus shallower pours. And this is a shallower pour, obviously. So I may have to test it on something deeper just to see how it works. But like I said, it is a really low viscosity. So that's what I think about the resin. And the machine seems to do really well. It did remove bubbles, so it does what it says it's going to do. So that's my review, guys, on the resin and the machine. I did message my rep about a discount code. She hasn't got back with me yet. So if she does give me a discount code, I will list it in my description box for the resin and the machine. Other than that, that's about all I can say about it all. So that's my review on the Resiners resin and the Resiners bubble remover. What is it called? Resiners airless bubble removal machine. So, and here is their QR code if you want to scan that to get more information on it. And that's it. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next video. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.